show you how to pump fuel in a semi truck. First, you're going to take your COM data card, guys. If you have a COM data card, these COM data cards will work at all your Loves, your Pilots, your TAs, and a few other stops as well. But mainly your Loves and your Pilots, your Flying J's, your TAs, they're going to take these COM data cards, okay? So first thing you want to do is slide in your card. So I'm going to slide mine in. Pull it out quick. All right, you're going to watch the prompt. All right, first thing it's going to ask you is swipe your My Rewards card. If you have a rewards card with this company, with Pilot, you can swipe that to earn rewards, but if you don't, you just hit skip. The next prompt it's going to give you is asking for your unit number. So let's go over here. Our unit number is 931. So we're going to tap in. I have to tap in the letters also, so we're going to tap in BWE931. Just like that. Enter. Alright, so what kind of fuel are you going to need? Are you going to need it for your tractor, which is your truck? Are you going to need it for a reefer, which is what I have? I have a reefer. Okay. Or for both. What I usually do is I don't do both. I just do for tractor, and I'll show you why in just a minute. Alright, do you need DEF? Some trucks have DEF. Here's your DEF tank right here. Okay. If your DEF tank needs DEF fuel, then you're going to tap that option. But for me, I don't need DEF. So we're going to say skip. Alright, next it's going to ask you for your driver ID. This is the ID that your company will give you when you start employment. So my ID is going to be my birthday, 2/4, and then my birth year, 1986. And then once you got that number tapped in, you're going to hit enter. Alright, trip number. You don't always have to put your trip number in. It just depends on the company whether or not they want you to tap that in there. Alright, so I'm going to tap in my load number. So my load number is 2161312. 2161312. Again, that's optional, folks. Next, it's going to ask you for your hub reading. Your hub reading is going to be your odometer. How many miles you have on the truck. So we're going to go up here. This is a Freightliner Columbia, and it has 588,386 miles. And I just round up to the nearest zero. So we're going to do 588,386. Okay. So we're tapping 588,386. Enter. Alright, the next prompt. The next thing it's going to ask you is do you want a cash advance? A cash advance is like basically taking your card and using it as an ATM card. If you're on the road and maybe your company gives you some extra money and you want to take the money out once you go inside and get your receipt, you can. You can use your COM data card for cash advances just to get extra cash, kind of like an ATM. But for me, I'm not going to get a cash advance, so we're going to skip that. Any additional products? Oil, bottled DEF, any additives? No. We're just going to get fuel today. Alright, so now we're ready. Remove fuel nozzle and insert to truck diesel. Alright, first thing we're going to do is I'm going to open my fuel tank. So on most every truck, you're going to have to push down and rotate counterclockwise and then pull off, just like that. Now we're going to take this. I'm going to just prop it in there and make sure it's in there good. And we're going to, before we can pump anything, we're going to have to come over here to this lever and pull that lever up. Now we're good to go. Now we can start pumping. I'm going to put this on one click and let it pump slowly. Now I'm going to show you a little trick that a lot of people don't even realize. We're going to go around to the right side of the truck. Now for this tank, on the right side of the truck, same thing. I'm going to push down on the lid, turn it counterclockwise, pull off. I'm going to take this nozzle and I'm going to start pumping on this side as well. You'll notice it's not doing anything, it won't pump. That's because you have to pull this lever, just like you did on the other side. This is called a satellite pump. If the main pump on the driver's side is not on or working, this pump will not work. So just keep that in mind. But as long as the other pump is on, you can run the satellite pump. That's what we're doing here. All right, you've noticed I pulled forward, but what I didn't do was I did not put the nozzle back onto the pump. And the reason why is because I'm gonna go ahead and put diesel in the reefer tank. This tank supplies all the fuel for the reefer to run so that you keep your product cool. This right here is your reefer. So for this, we're going to take the nozzle on the top off. All right, and we're about at a half a tank. And these reefers, they only take diesel. All right, so we're gonna put that in there and we're gonna click it on. All right, let's say you need diesel and DEF in your truck. First thing you're gonna have to do is put the diesel in your fuel tank. You have to do diesel first before you can do DEF. That's just the way the computer runs. So in the case that you had to put DEF in your truck, you would have to hang back up your nozzle and wait for the computer to prompt you, and then it would say lift handle. At that point, you would come down here and press this button, diesel exhaust fluid, that's what DEF stands for. At that point, you would take the DEF nozzle and you would put it into the DEF tank and fill it up. So that was just a quick tip. Hopefully it helped you out. If you have any more questions or you want to see some more content, let me know. You have a great day. God bless you.